let's make ourselves an ability system. So we have an ability here, but there's a problem because we can just spam on this button as fast as we want, and we can fire off this ability faster than even the animations can play. So what do? Well, the first thing we do is we add in some sort of cooldown. If this is an ability we want to be able to use all the time, maybe that cooldown is only a second or the length of the animation, just to stop us from hitting it too fast to look good. If it's something more powerful, maybe that cooldown is longer, maybe it's really long, maybe it's a minute or so long. So now we have this, we add in our health so that when we are in combat, we take damage over time and our health goes down. So we're all good. And we're using abilities, we're going through combat, and our health is declining. So as we have multiple combats, our health gets lower and lower, and eventually we will be overrun. So let's extend this to more abilities. Same idea. Now we have 5 abilities, our basic ability, 3 elemental versions of that ability. We got like a poison one, a fire one, and a cold one. And then we've given ourselves a healing ability as well. So now what happens as we enter into combat? Because the only limitation we have on abilities is that cooldown, we have a very strong ability to Nova. As combat starts, we use our basic ability, it enters cooldown. Then we use the poison one, then we use the fire one, then we use the ice one. And in the first couple of seconds of combat, we're spamming out abilities. Boom, 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 boom. And we've overwhelmed most combats before they even have an opportunity to do anything. And now either I've won that combat in the first few seconds, or I've run out of interesting things to do, and I'm just standing around, running around in circles, waiting for my abilities to refresh. So we don't really want that player behavior. We don't want the ability to Nova to such a great degree. So what do? Well, one thing we can do is we can introduce another limiting factor, something like mana. And as we use abilities, our mana goes down. So we can't actually Nova our abilities that aren't on cooldown because we're limited by some other factor. There's a maximum throughput of abilities that we're able to accomplish. And then we let that mana refresh over time, and that serves as a second limiter on how quickly we can get through our abilities. Now, we might use something different than mana. We might use something like momentum, which actually maybe starts at 0 and builds up as we use abilities so that the combat works in a different way. And we can use this ability currency to encourage the player behavior we're hoping to see with a specific class. And this is why games like Diablo often have different currencies, different limiters on the abilities for different classes, because they're trying to push gameplay in different ways, encouraging you to be very aggressive with your basic attacks in order to build up rage, or encouraging you to be more tactical by using something that depletes over time, encouraging you to be fast at the start and then to be more cautious as you get closer to the end of the combat. So this puts us in a situation where within a combat, we are getting the pacing that we're looking for. We're getting the abilities spread throughout the combat in some way. Things aren't being spammed. The player isn't able to Nova. The player is able to do interesting things throughout the combat. But now what happens after combat? Maybe I'm almost dead and I've used all my abilities except I haven't used my healing ability. And I don't have enough mana to use my healing ability. If my mana automatically refreshes, then the most logical thing for me as a player to do is to simply stand there, wait for my mana to refresh, use my healing ability, and maybe that heals me part way back up. And then again, stand there, wait for my mana to refresh, wait for my healing ability to come off of cooldown, and then heal myself again until I'm back to full. And this is a bit of a problem, because if I can do this, now what we've done is we've entered into a situation where combat isn't reducing any of my resources. So it puts us into this binary situation where combats are either one of two things. Either they are capable of killing me or they aren't. And anything else is washed away by the ability for me to stand around after combat and heal myself to full. And typically this isn't what we want. What we want is we want some degree of flow from combat to combat. So as I progress through a mission, I can feel the tension rising. I can feel the pressure rising. Some form of resource is being used up within the mission. And that's not even taking into account that we've introduced this really bad bit of pacing. Because now the most logical thing for the player to do after they finish the combat is to stand there doing nothing, waiting for their mana to regenerate so they can cast their healing ability. You want to have more control over your combat pacing than that. You don't want to introduce this degenerative behavior at the end of every single combat where the player's best move is to do something not very interesting. How do we address this? We have a healing ability, we have this regenerating mana, and that allows us to effectively cause our health to automatically regenerate infinitely as well, because I can just stand around after combat and heal myself until I'm back to full. Well, the first thing we can do is we can not have healing abilities. Then there's no way for me to get my health back. And then maybe we put healing pools or some other way of getting my health back that is much more controlled. This is one reason why you see some games not having healing abilities, because it gives a way to cause there to be attrition of a resource. In this case, the resource is health. As you proceed through a mission, your health is going to decline and the pressure ratchets up because of that. So now we enter into a situation where as long as a combat can do some damage to me, then it is a threat. Even if it just does a couple of points of damage, if I do that enough times, I'm wearing away one of my resources. It can be problematic because if I'm getting down into very low health gates, I'm potentially entering into a state where I'm incapable of playing the game any longer. If I only have 4 hit points left out of my 400, yes, I'm alive, but I'm also pretty aware that the next time I get into combat, I'm going to die. So if I have no way to address that, you can get the player into an unfun state where they're not able to address the situation that they're in. Alternatively, we could change the nature of what the healing ability is. Maybe it's an ability that has a different kind of cooldown. Instead of it being a timed cooldown, maybe the cooldown is the length of the entire mission. I pick from a few mission level abilities that don't come back until the mission completion screen comes back up and we are back at base. 4th edition D&D kind of has this concept where it has at-will abilities that you can use as much as you want. Effectively, they have 1 round cooldowns. You have encounter abilities that are designed to be used within a single encounter, but they refresh as soon as you have a short rest after the encounter. And then they have daily abilities, which are designed to be used once a day, and they're typically much more powerful. We can adopt something similar where we have at-will abilities that have relatively fast refreshes, encounter level abilities that either refresh when I come out of combat mode or just have a relatively long refresh ability, and then mission level refreshes, which don't refresh until I go back to base or some other trigger causes them to come back. As long as we're talking about 4th edition D&D, the way they actually address this very specific issue, this issue of getting health back, is they tie almost 100% of their healing to healing surges. Each player has a certain number of healing surges, and any time healing magic or any form of healing is used on that player, it uses up a healing surge. So they limit health through this secondary currency that is independent of the other mechanics. 4th edition D&D, because of this concept of at-wills, encounters, and dailies, doesn't really have a lot of other gates on your day. In 5th edition D&D, you are going to be gated by your hit points or by your spell slots. Whereas in 4th edition D&D, as long as you still have healing surges, you can run on your at-wills and encounters pretty much indefinitely. So they limit the player day based on healing surges. And that puts everyone on a roughly even playing field. Alternatively, we could make it so that mana doesn't refresh, and that becomes our resource that is attriting away throughout the mission. So I can use the healing spell as much as I want, but it is consuming this resource that doesn't come back. So this makes it so that health is recoverable, but mana is not. Like with health, this can get us into a state where the player is in an unfun situation, where their mana is depleted, all they have access to is their free at-will ability, and they're just grinding their way through the remainder of the mission. And then finally, we can introduce some form of additional resource that's consumed. In addition to having cooldowns, in addition to having resources like mana and health that are refreshable through different means, we can have consumables. Maybe these consumables refresh on a mission level. Maybe there's something I collect throughout the game. But if you give me a healing potion that lets me heal myself, or if you give me a mana potion that lets me refresh my mana, then I have an external set of resources that allows me to refresh those resources. We need to think about the way we want our resource management to work between combats, because if we don't, we are forced into a situation where every single combat needs to be deadly, needs to have the potential of killing the player off, or it effectively serves no purpose, because all it is an annoyance, a speed bump in the way that causes them to slow down, have to do this combat, but then afterwards, there are no lasting consequences. Now, maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want a game where every single combat is do or die. But chances are you don't want to take that tool out of your designer's toolbox. Chances are you want to be able to have combats that, while they aren't deadly on their own, are still able to use up some form of resource from the player, whether it be health, whether it be a couple of healing potions, whether it be a single use ability, in order to allow you to maintain pacing through your mission. And if we don't have the ability to have some form of resource that is consumed on a time frame that is larger than a single combat, that isn't simply a timer that allows the player to hang around and wait for their ability to refresh, we lose this ability. We take this ability away from our design. And we probably don't want to do that. So think about the kinds of things that you are able to attrit away from the player, are able to wear away, or able to cause the player to consume, that lasts throughout the entirety of the game, or the entirety of the mission, or at least between two separate encounters. The reality is any of these solutions can work. There are multiplayer games that do allow you to recover every single ability, every single resource between individual engagements. You can design your game in any way you want to get the pacing, to get the experience that you are going for. The point ultimately is to be deliberate in your decision making. Think about the consequences of your ability design, the consequence of your resources, the consequences of the way you limit the player's actions beyond simply one single combat round, beyond one single combat, potentially beyond one entire mission. A special thanks to my members. They provide the resources that this channel needs to keep running. If you're interested in becoming a member, there's a link to that down in the description. Additionally, we have a Patreon now if you are more comfortable supporting the channel in that way. We have merch. This is the You May All Now Celebrate Briefly shirt, and you've built yourself an ability system, so you may all now celebrate briefly. Additionally, this is the High Tea on the High Seas hoodie. Both of these will be tagged in the video if you are interested in picking something up. What are some ways that you've seen games control ability use? What are some resource systems that you've seen that were interesting that caused you to interact with the systems in different ways? Let's talk about this down in the comments. I will see you again soon. Thank you.